Hey sugar, it's TO Monet and welcome back to my channel. Y'all, today we're going to be talking about how to maintain your protective hairstyles, okay? Everyone always says that people who do hair, they don't be hitting the same like they did back in the day, yada yada yada. But if you have a good hairstylist, first off, your hair should be eating, period. The install is just the first step to maintaining that protective hairstyle. You have to also maintain the hairstyle, okay? Just because you got it all done in that state, now you don't gotta do anything with your hair. No, I'm talking about curly hair, weaves, sew-ins, braids, all those hairstyles, you guys. Yeah, like they need to be maintained throughout the time that is in your head. I'm going to be going over things that I do to maintain my protective hairstyles. So let's get into it without further ado. I've had so many hairstyles over the years, but this baby, this hairstyle, okay, has lost me. It's been 2 months. It's lasted me 2 months and it still look good. Come on, get into it. Okay. First, I'm going to be talking about my curly weave. I got this done, I don't even know. I got this done last year, but some of these hairstyles, I've got them done a couple years ago. But this one I got done last year. And it's a curly sew-in. It has no leave out, so none of that is my hair. It's all weave. And she did me justice. I had people calling me SZA and everything. One of the things that I like to do, always maintain it with a wash and go. With this hairstyle, I washed my own hair. I did not go to my stylist again to wash my hair. I washed my own hair. The thing about curly sew-ins is it's so easy to maintain. Even wigs. Now, I don't wear wigs, so we won't be talking about wigs in this segment. But wigs, curly hair wigs are one of the easiest to maintain as well, I've heard, okay? But the sew-ins, I can speak for. They're very easy to maintain. So I love to add a curly styling cream in my hair. I don't do it every day because that can create buildup. We don't want that. But I at least would add some water, some curly styling cream. I would do that every like 3 to 4 days depending. And I incorporated like space buns in there. You can do different type of hairstyles with that. But one of the main things I could say is you definitely have to wash your weave, girl. Something that did help me wash my weave, as if I went to the hair salon. We all know that when you have a sew-in and you have braids underneath your sew-in, because that's just how they do the sewing. So when you wash your hair, there's no way to dry those braids. You have to sit under a hair dryer. You know, when you go to the salon, you sit under one of these. Yeah. I had this for like maybe 2 years. I went on Amazon and I bought it, and it's just a hair salon hair dryer. Let me show you. This baby has been my best friend. It's called Elegancy Beauty Line. That's where it's from. So it comes with this. It comes with a little band. I use this like no tomorrow when I'm doing my hair. You put this on top of your head as if you were in the salon under a hair dryer. And then it comes with like this elephant trunk stuck to it. That's what it reminds me of. You're gonna put your hair dryer inside and wrap it around the elephant trunk. And there you go. You can loosen it and tighten it according to the Velcro right over here. And all you gotta do is turn that bad baby on, put this over your head. And I always use a plastic shower cap on top before I put this on my head, because usually I have like a hair mask in, and even if I don't, my hair is already wet. I don't want to get this wet, so I always put like a plastic shower cap over my head. And then you put the headband right on top, so like the heat is kind of entrapped, and boom, there you go. I swear to you, my braids, literally underneath my weave, it's always dry. It's dry before the rest of my weave is dry. When you use this method to do your wash and goes, even with your natural hair, we're only focusing on our scalp, okay? And then you can literally, if you want, you can blow dry the rest of your hair, like the rest of your hair with a regular blow dryer. But in this case, we have a curly sew-in in. So you just want your scalp dry. You want to make sure it's all dry underneath under the braids. Because if it's not all the way dry, say you don't have this, you don't go under a hair dryer, and you go to wash your hair and you have weave-in, it can give off a horrible wet clothes type of smell, like kind of like mildew, and you don't want that. You just don't want it. It defeats the whole purpose of washing your hair. Either get this, I will link it, it's already in my Amazon storefront, and it's just so easy for me. And in this case, I don't have to go and book another appointment with my hairstylist with something that I can do at home. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a good investment, trust me. That's mostly what I did with my curly hair little hairstyle that I had last year. I think I had it in for like a month and a half. I could have had it in for longer, but I was like, nah. But some tips that I have when it comes to curly weaves is use lightweighted products. You want to prevent buildup, and always make sure that you're combing out that hair. Because like I said, whether it's synthetic or whether it's 100% virgin hair, it can still get knotted, baby. Next hairstyle we're gonna talk about is these orange braids that I did. I love this look on me. I wanted to try like an orange type of hair look. I had this hairstyle in for only a month. I could have had it in for longer, but one thing about me is braids, like, they just irritate me sometimes. And once I get used to the look, I want to take it out my head. You know what I mean? With braids, I always do synthetic hair. Why am I gonna buy virgin hair, 100% virgin hair, for braids? No, I'm not. I always get synthetic hair for braids, and it can get knotted because usually I have like some curls at the ends of my braids all the time, so I always like to keep up with them with putting mousse in my hair. I always oil my scalp and I put mousse in my hair. With braids, in any protective hairstyles I've ever done, to maintain that sleek look and to make them last longer, I always go to sleep with a scarf on. Then I put a bonnet on top. The scarf just helps prevent flyaways, and it keeps that moisture in your hair. And then with the bonnet, obviously you don't want to create friction, you don't want it to look messy. So I always sleep with a bonnet, even when I have my natural hair. So that's one thing that I've done with these hairstyles to upkeep them. But braids are pretty easy to maintain. I feel like we all know that, right? So this sew-in has lasted me 2 months. It's a leave out, so half of this is my real hair and then the other half is fake, okay? This is 100% virgin hair. Obviously it's more expensive, so it is supposed to last longer. To last 2 months, even 3, because I can go for another month with this. I'm not going to, but I can. But I kind of do like monthly appointments with my hairstylist to upkeep texture of the hair. In order to maintain a sew-in, you really have to book appointments with your hairstylist, whether that's bi-weekly, once a month. Your hair needs to get washed. Just because you have a protective hairstyle in it does not mean anything. Your hair needs to get washed. So that's one thing I've always done, is I do either once a month or bi-weekly, depending on how I'm feeling and depending how the hair looks. Another thing is I go to only hairstylists that I trust and that I know that their work is good. It's important to know that your hair is going to be properly installed. That is what makes a hairstyle last a long, baby. So make sure it's properly installed. And also, I try not to have my hairstylist, whoever's doing my hair, I don't like when they sew the hair on tightly because it's just too strenuous on your natural hair, and that hurts a lot for weeks. So you want to prevent that tension on your hair, on your natural hair, because again, we're not going to have this hairstyle in forever. We want hair when we take this motherfucker out, okay? Like I said, maintenance is key. You can go to your hairstylist, but baby, you can also do that at home. I don't, when it comes to my sew-ins like this, I don't do it at home just because like I just feel like it's a lot of work, especially when I have like a 24-inch bust down. But you can also do it at home and get this product that I told you guys about. You can get that, you can put it on, it can easily dry the braids underneath your hair. You can blow dry it, straighten it, style it all at home. You don't have to book another appointment with your hairstylist. So I also believe, this is just what I believe in, protective hairstyles, they do help your hair grow because you're leaving it alone. You're not touching it. And you should make sure that you are oiling your scalp even when you do have protective hairstyles. For me, hair grease and hair oil, it helps with hair growth and hair retention. I feel like braids are the easiest to maintain aside from curly sew-ins. I had like boho braids, I had dreads before. I absolutely love doing protective hairstyles, but I just don't do them too often because they can be strenuous on your natural hair. That's just the couple of things that I do and that I have done to make all of my protective hairstyles last long. Another one that I have, last one that I'm going to talk about, is mini twists. I've done mini twists on my hair. I actually have done a video about it in a tutorial. if you guys want to go check that out. And I love to do this protective hairstyle because it's with my natural hair, for one, and anything that I can do with my natural hair, period, tie me up, love it. I love to do this because it gives me that like curly vibe, like as if I had my curly hair afro out, but it also does not get tangled. I can put mousse in it, I can water it, I can do different hairstyles with it. It's very versatile, and plus I'm not always touching my hair, so it is going to help with hair growth as well. So I love to do mini twists. You can either wash your hair with the mini twist in, or you can take your hair out, wash it, and then do all those mini twists again. But I'm gonna tell you right now, mini twists take so long. I think this day it took me like 3 to 4 hours, no joke. After work too, I was done for. But it was definitely an experience. It was my first time doing it, and I would do it again, over and over and over again. Another thing I like to do with my hair is passion twists, and I love braid outs. I love to do braid outs in my natural hair. And if you guys want me to do a video on some protective hairstyles to do with your natural hair, let me know, because I will do that, okay? I just want to leave you guys with a couple of tips and tricks that I've learned over my hair care journey. Like I said, scalp care is really important. Make sure that you're taking care of your scalp, even if you have a protective hairstyle in, natural or not. But you also want to make sure that you're not doing too much oil, because then it can lead to buildup, and we don't want that when we have a protective hairstyle in. So I always try to be careful on the amount of hair oil that I use. Now, everyone wants to know how to make a sew-in last long, and baby, those are all the things that I do to make my hairstyles and my sew-ins last long. I don't advise always doing every protective hairstyle for 2 months on end, back to back, because it can be very strenuous on your hair, your natural hair. We want to make sure that we're also taking care of our natural hair underneath. And also, if you are not taking care of your hair when the protective hairstyle is in your head, it can lead to matting, and you do not want that. Let's just make sure that we're brushing our hair out and taking care of our natural hair as well. But baby, you can make your protective hairstyle last as long as you want. Just take care of it, do proper wash and goes, do some scalp treatments. Let me know what you do in order to make your sew-ins, your wigs, your hair last long. I want to know. Give me some tips and tricks, anything that I haven't said already. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, because I want to know. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, like. I love talking to you guys. I love getting to know who's watching the videos, what I can improve on. Yeah, we keep it real over here. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Kisses.